Hi, I'm Ben Meyer.
And I'm Rob Wright.
And this week we're not in our regular studio. The studio is getting a bit of a remodel. So we are here in a conference room. And this week we want to talk about Call of Duty 4. We've been playing a lot of Call of Duty 4 here at the office. Great game. And there's been a lot of talk on our forums and others, places on the net, of comparing Call of Duty 4 to Crysis.
Yes.
And we thought we would weigh in, specifically Rob, who's played through both games. And Rob, what's your take on this debate?
Well, there's a very real debate. I don't think we're the only ones talking about this. And I think there's a good reason for this debate because I think that Call of Duty 4 is far superior to Crysis. I don't think there's any question that it's a better game. To me, I think that Call of Duty 4 is kind of like on this short list right now for Game of the Year, at least for me. I give it a 9.5. In retrospect, I might give it a higher score. I mean, I've played through it 3 times now in the single-player campaign. I mean, it's.
Well, let's talk about what makes it superior. Like, what makes it a Game of the Year candidate?
I think that you're going to be hard-pressed to find a game that has the kind of intense wall-to-wall shooter action that Call of Duty 4 has. And saying that it's nonstop action, that doesn't really do it justice because you think, oh, well, anybody can make a game where you're just running around shooting stuff. But it's the way the game is designed. Infinity Ward does something that's really, really commendable here because they don't just throw a lot of straightforward environments and kind of redundant level design where you go in, you blow stuff up, and then it's over. You move on to the next section. They offer a lot of change of pace type situations and scenarios. You start off in some missions, you're running around in sort of an urban environment, and it's right out of Black Hawk Down. I mean, it's really action-packed, intense, bullets flying everywhere. You have to rescue a pilot out of a Black Hawk helicopter. Tanks are firing at you. I mean, it's incredible. And then you go to the next mission, and you're on a 2-man sort of stealth operation, sniper mission. So it's a completely different type of action and sort of shooter dynamic. But they're both phenomenal, and the level design is just exemplary. It's fantastic. And one of the things I think that Infinity Ward does here, which is really, really a nice touch, is they don't just throw all of this action at you at once. They kind of space it out a little bit and give you different scenarios and different types of action. And, the Death from Above.
I call it CNN Baghdad.
Yeah.
I think it looks just like that stuff from when the Iraq War started.
Yeah.
It looks.
I mean, the Death from Above mission is just. I mean, it's sort of. It's indicative of how I think Infinity Ward went about developing this game. They figured, well, you just make a shooter where all you do is run around and you shoot stuff and then the game's over. But they throw in this little side mission, and it's a nice touch because it's so realistic and it's so well done, and it's fun as hell to use the howitzer and the Gatling gun, and providing air support from the AC-130 on the ground below.
It actually disturbs me when you're playing that level because it looks like you're really killing people.
I know,
and I feel a little bit embarrassed.
It's crazy. But I mean, that's the thing is that I think if there's any complaint about Call of Duty 4 for the single player campaign, it's that it's pretty short. I mean, it's 3 acts and there's not a lot of missions, and it's over within 10 hours. I don't think you can play it on veteran. It might take a little bit longer, but it's packed with so many just pressure cooker situations and so many memorable scenarios and sequences and right up to the ending, which is, I mean, it is a great ending. These are the types of endings I think that you wish for when you're playing a game. You're hoping that it can go out with a bang, and Call of Duty 4 definitely goes out with a bang. Just amazing chase scene right up to the final sequence, which I don't want to ruin. Anyone that's played the game knows that it's really just extremely well done. On the other hand, Crysis ending.
Not been getting the most favorable reviews.
No.
It's probably one of the most criticized aspects of the game.
Yeah, because I think that a lot of people were playing this game and they were expecting like another mission or maybe even 2 at that point in the game, and it's like, all right, we're going in, and boom, it's over, and it's like, okay, you have to wait for Crysis 2, and you get out of the alien ship, and and it's, it's all war on the island, and you're on the aircraft carrier, and all of a sudden it just, it ends.
Well, but listen, come on, man. I mean, there are some things. I mean, you can't beat the graphics on Crysis. It's definitely the best.
Yeah.
Despite all the criticisms about playing it, they're still amazing.
Yeah, I mean, visually, this game, there's so much expectation about Crysis, and rightfully so, because visually it's so impressive, and that doesn't change. I mean, it's still visually impressive. I mean, I think that the issue here is that, how impressive is it? How much better is it than Call of Duty 4? Is Call of Duty 4, that much less visually than Crysis? I don't think so. I think that most people would agree that Crysis looks better, but depending on what kind of hardware you're running it on, how much better does it really look? And can you appreciate the visuals as much if the game kind of lags in some areas? I love the design of the island. I think the visuals are fantastic, but I can only stand there and look at the vegetation and what's going on in the environment so long before I get bored, and I'm like, all right, where's the next stronghold?
They got a great editor, though. They got a great editor. You can make it how you want it.
No. I think that was a great touch for that game. I think
map editor, jackassery.
Yeah, map editor has given us tons of enjoyment. I love that, and I thought multiplayer. A lot of people have criticized it, and Travis said that it was lacking a little bit in his review, and I tend to agree with him. I don't think it's a bad experience, but I don't think it's better than Call of Duty 4's by any stretch of the imagination. The other thing, the last point I'll make about this is that I think that ultimately Crysis suffers a little bit from being too much like Far Cry, which was Crytek's first FPS game, and I think basically taking the same formula, like a deserted tropical island, some bad guys on it. You run around, open environment, you kill the bad guys, and then there's sort of something unexpected towards the end of the game. To me, it was a little bit too much like that, and there wasn't a lot of surprises. I don't think there were many shocking turns in Crysis. You know that the aliens are on the island, you know basically what's going on with the characters. Whereas Call of Duty 4, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but there are really some just explosive moments, some surprises, and kind of some crucial turning points in that game that really make the narrative just outstanding. So that's another reason why I think it's head and shoulders above Crysis.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Ben Meyer.
And I'm Rob Wright.
And we'll see you again next time. This week we're not in our normal studio. Our studio's getting a little bit of a makeover. Not quite spring cleaning. Some painting, some new lighting, some
Start over.
Just say the studio's having